Welcome to Battleships. This mod is based on several Warcraft 3 maps of the same name, with a special mention to Edge Crusher. The lead author is Radar. The first thing you should buy in every game of Battleships is a weapon. Weapons are purchased from the Basics tab of the equipment shop, where they are sorted by range. Short-range weapons, which typically have more DPS, are at the top, while long-range weapons are towards the bottom. It's very important to note that the three longest-range weapons, Iron, Ice, and Wind, are not able to attack the enemy's buildings, so while they are very effective at fighting enemies from a safe distance, they are not particularly effective at pushing. Each of the 7 weapon trees has 3 tiers of components, and a final ultimate form. In order to acquire an ultimate form, you must purchase 2 of each of the build-up tiers of that weapon tree. 2 weapons of the same tier and tree will combine into a double of that tier. 1 double of each tier combines with a recipe to form that tree's ultimate. For example, purchasing 2 Plasma 1s forms a double Plasma 1, 2 Plasma 2s form a double Plasma 2, and 2 Plasma 3s form a double Plasma 3. Once all of them are complete, you can purchase the recipe and all 3 weapons will combine into a single disintegrator. The other tab in the equipment shop is the Upgrades tab, which contains utility items to augment your ship. There are 4 types of utility items: hulls, which increase your ship's armor and hit points, sails, which increase your move speed, repair wood, which can be used on cooldown as a burst heal, and repair crews, which provide considerable passive life regeneration. Like the various boots in Dota, the effects of similarly typed utility items are not additive, so there's no reason to have, for example, 2 hulls, even though they're different hulls. Now that you've got your starting items, it's time to head out to sea. Battleships has 2 lanes, which automatically spawn creeps for each team every 45 seconds. Join your creeps to begin earning more gold and skirmishing with the enemy. Between the 2 lanes is a central archipelago, with several nooks and crannies for juking during fights. Most of the battleship's action takes place in the middle, as control of the center provides strong access to both lanes and a relatively safe haven from which to push towers. You can also move into the areas to the side of either lane to evade and flank your enemies. Unlike in Dota, your ship does not have a basic attack. Instead, all of your damage comes from these abilities, and more importantly, the automatic attacks of your weapons. Your weapons will each randomly target an enemy within its range, and fire before acquiring a new target based on that weapon's attack speed. Consequently, positioning is integral to Battleship's gameplay. Good positioning will allow you to either single out desired targets, or to take cover among friendly ships, reducing incoming damage to yourself. Another part you can play in Battleships is the trader. In order to trade, click Trading Ships in the ship shop. When you buy a trader, you will be given 2 new items: a trading manifest, which allows you to interact with the map's merchants, and a trade contract to be delivered to a nearby merchant. Upon the completion of your contract, you will receive gold and experience. Additionally, your teammates will receive a splash of the bounty. You can then receive your next mission by selecting either the easy/medium or medium/hard contract from the merchant. From these merchants, you can also purchase one-use consumables with powerful effects, such as cooldown reduction or a burst heal. These consumables can be given to your teammates, or you can use them on yourself to help turn the tides of battle. Be careful, if you die as a trader while carrying a trade contract, it will drop from your inventory as flotsam. The flotsam will then be up for grabs for anyone to pick up and deliver to any merchant. Keep in mind that while there's a lot of money to be had in trading, your limited inventory space makes holding your own in a fight very difficult. You may need to upgrade to a stronger ship in order to push and win the game. Since we've earned some gold, and probably taken a bit of damage, it's time to return to the base to heal, and to buy new items, or even a new ship. Unlike in Dota, you don't play the entire game using the same hero. For a hefty price, you can upgrade from your Lily Barrel. Ships are purchased from the aptly named Ship Shop on the right side of your base. There are 4 levels of ship upgrades, which cost 1,000, 3,000, 6,000, and 12,000. Upon buying a new ship, you retain all of your items and levels from the previous ship, but gain a whole new set of abilities. You can change ships as many times as you like during a game. Keep in mind, however, that higher tiers of ships reward a higher base bounty to the enemy. Upon your death, you will be given a 12-second death timer, and upon reviving, you will face a short stun relative to your current level. During this phase, you are invisible to the enemy team. Dying in battleships will not cause you to lose any gold. Every 4 minutes, your empire will distribute a sum of gold to each player on your team. The base amount of gold increases at each interval, with the poorer team receiving more gold. As the game progresses, the poorer team will get a smaller and smaller fraction of the gold difference between the teams in addition to the base amount. Every 3 seconds, each player receives gold income, just like passive gold gain in Dota. This passive gold gain is increased by taking towers. Each tower taken by a team increases their gold per tick. Taking both of the lane's front towers is required for making the enemy's harbor vulnerable, and taking all 4 outer towers is necessary to make the main base and its defensive towers vulnerable. There are 2 ways to win battleships, either killing both of the enemy's harbors or destroying their main base. For more information, you can view our subreddit at r/Dota2bships. Also, don't forget to pull out the info tab in-game. Thanks for watching, and happy sailing!